Howdy there, all y'all YouTubers. This is your redneck host, FPM, and I'm here with my brother, N4TH in Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's been a while since we've been on this, so we've come back to it. He actually forgot that he had some, what was it, energy bars in your stuff.
Yeah, because I was thinking about when I noticed it, and then I was like, wonder if and I had about 5 of them filling the output.
Yeah, so from last time y'all watched an episode of this to current, that stuff should have spoilt by now. Anyways, what we're going to do, we're going to move over to Empyrion in, hang on. Alright, everybody, I'm going to have to basically pause it here, but I'm going to let N4TH say hello to his Vegemites. Alright, there we go. Alright, everybody, N4TH done said his saying hi's to his Vegemites. I was talking to him off camera because my game had stopped working, basically crashed on me. That if any of y'all want to join the server that we're playing on, I'm actually hosting it and I'm paying for it every month. If y'all want to join it, there'll be a link in my description of my YouTube videos here to my personal, community Discord server. Hop on there and send me a PM or a tell, whatever. I'm on there as FPM. So, it's pretty well common here. And just shoot me a message, and me and or N4TH might be able to jump in there. He might be able to. I most likely will. And we'll talk. One of us will talk to you and get a feel for you and go from there. But anyways, let's get on over to Empyrion and set up a base. I already have a base. Are you eating again?
Yeah.
I'm eating on these berries. Only 10 food, but it's better than nothing. You know what? I'm going to have me 2 energy bars. Now, question is, N4TH, what all do you want to take over with you? Got one of those in what base I've already built off camera. You got one of these. You got 4 of these. We have ventilators. We have oxygen. We have power, not solar. We just have standard Promethean power. We don't have any constructors. We don't have a clone chamber. We don't have a health station on it. Because if we did, it'd be a whole lot more expensive than what it currently is. So if you want to take, like some seedlings, maybe some food, because after I spawn it down, we'll be able to put some power into it.
Yeah, because I think you're like half at most. I mean, I'll probably definitely take that, but
well, remember we got a refrigerator on the mutt. So whatever you want to take as far as food, you can take everything in the refrigerator if you wanted to and put it into the mutt and we'd be good, Just like I'm going to move all the stuff for crafting over into the mutt. Let's see. Devices, cargo box. Wow, we have a cargo box that's been hit. Alright, that's all the crafting. What's the power situation on this thing anyway? Yeah, 77%. We got plenty to get there and back. Yeah, this was a new thing that I wound up building I think it was what, episode or two ago or off camera, the mini pooch. Let's see, I don't need the fridge. Let's see, nothing there. Gonna take the ammo out of that. Okay, so we're good there. Slap some more rounds in that thing just in case we come underneath attack. I'm gonna come back in because I'm getting irradiated. So you about ready?
Yeah, that looks to be. I'll just take those.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try to find out where this box is that's damaged here. There it is. Alright, you gonna ride in the back or ride in the front?
In the back.
Alright. Hop on in. Whenever you're ready. Now, I'll tell you what, everybody. I'm going to pause here because it's going to be a minute before we get there. So I'll come back as soon as we're on planet and I got the new base spawned in. And M4TH has done had a little trip around on the inside. He's going to love it. So we'll see you here in just a minute. Alright, everybody. We're back. We have the base. Now, you will notice something different once we go inside. There are 4 entrances. M4TH really loves this base. I told him to go ahead and make a blueprint of it because he's going to be the next one to spawn the next one in if we get out of this sector. Alright, but let's go on in. We had to kind of clear out some of the stuff because it sunk into the terrain. But right here with the sunlight on it is the farm. And this whole room is for M4TH's farm. I specifically colored it for that reason. What do you think of your farm there, M4TH?
Yeah, I love it, especially at the size. And even though I could split it, but then I've got
Get underneath that.
Ideas.
Go underneath that ventilator over there in that other corner, straight across from me. Yeah, that one down there. Now, look at me. I'm hazy, ain't I?
Yeah.
That tells you the distance, okay? Now, across from there, out the other door, that is the medical and mess hall. Medical, you got your clone chamber there. And I'm thinking about putting a medical right here next to this refrigerator. The clone chamber's over here on this end. You got your refrigerators for, doing the food and everything else. The barracks are right next door here. There's a total enough room beds-wise as far as for 48 people to play it here. There's, I think I said 28 little cabinets there. So what are these listed as? Closets. There's 24 closets or something like that. So, and then we come back out and there's that. Now, the construction and storage, crafting and storage is through this door. You can see we already got 4 storage crates in here. We just got to create a small constructor right now. And what's going to happen is your constructors are going to line up against this wall here. Your deconstructors also, that way you got your continuous resources and everything else. That way if you got anything in storage that you don't want to keep, you can deconstruct it. back over on that corner there, or that wall there, we'll wind up having 2 or 3 cargo boxes just listed strictly for, recycling. And then you come out and go straight across, and whoever knows the radioactive signal will actually have a jaw drop here in just a second. This is the power core. This is your power plant, as well as your O2 storage. You got this wall, and then you got this wall for O2 storage. There's only 2 ventilators in this room, which are right above the door. Let's see. You know what? This will help. Let's see. Turn that on. Now, you're at 90 C as far as heat. Radiation is up to 6 rads. So you don't want to stay in there for too terribly long unless you absolutely have to. It also has an upstairs, which takes you to the roof, where you have 4 spots for turrets. One facing each way. You have 4 landing pads for small craft, or, you can put 2 small craft per each landing point, or 1 large small vessel per pad. So, also for defense, now there are a total of 8 personal turrets in the doorways. You kind of give them a grand showcase up there in M4TH.
Yeah, to see all of the, where you've got the placements for them.
Yeah. So, where each one of where the turrets are supposed to go, there are 2 player turrets down inside the doorway. I'm going to lower my drone here so I can show them. For, if you have your base coming under attack, there are 2 per doorway. So per where the turrets on top are supposed to sit, there's 2 more down below. So this base is totally defended. It's made out of the concrete block. The very bottom floor is made out of wood. So it's going to be higher on the stone end. In fact, I will show you the blueprint. It is called Forward Operation BA. If you look, that's total cost. It's a unlock level 5, size class 2. Infantry attack defense 53, defense is 6. It's like, CPU efficiency is 49%. But if I look into the statistics of this, you see our consumption versus our output, max output, and we have 60 generators. We also have 120 fuel tanks for a total of 144,000 fuel. And currently we have 22 minutes, more or less, on this. There are no solars, so it's really heavily on the power side. It says 29 cargo boxes, even though that there's no cargo boxes as far as I recall putting into it, but it says there's 29. There's 4 fridges, 1 food processor. Currently we do have now a clone chamber in there. But, the cargo boxes also count as the closets. I just happen to remember that. But how about we get inside? Because it's Hive 29. I'm at 29. So let's get on in here. You can show them from in here, alright? and right there's your core. So literally, you know, the only way they're going to be able to break in here is if they damage, you know, the roof. So, yeah. You know, I like this base. It took me probably about 15 total minutes to make, but it's worth it. Wouldn't you say, M4TH?
Yeah.
So, we've already got a little bit of storage. I need to get some of the stuff over here into the kitchen before it spoils. M4TH has already loaded up one of the refrigerators, and I'll let him decide what he wants to do with the stuff that's in there. I got to go get stuff into storage that we don't necessarily need right now to be able to make the constructors, or the small constructor anyway. So I just come over here. Let's see, was it that one or was it that one? Nope, it wasn't that one. Or did I pull all that out? I think I pulled all that out. Alright. So let's see. We don't need cobalt sathium. We're not going to need carbon substrate. We need more crushed stone. I couldn't find any copper right out to get go. So, if y'all want to watch for the hunt of copper, you know, I can do that. But I'm going to pause so I can either A, collect enough stone, or B, find enough copper. If I find copper, I'll come back. But if I don't, it'll be a split end where we have a constructor inside the crafting and storage. So, see you here in just a moment. Alright, everybody, as you can see, I did find a small deposit. But small is better than nothing, and I ain't going to take it all. I'm only going to get it down to where it's 50%. Basically half. Already at 70. Alright, still at 70. 60. 10 more percent. There's 50. Alright. Now let's see how much copper I got on me. 246. That's not bad. Now, just so you know, let's see. I gotta. Right over there's where the base is. It's 3.44 kilometers to the south by south west of the base. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it and share it with you, M4TH. That way at least you know where it's at. I'm on my way back to the base now. You about have your farm about situated?
I was getting to it. I only just started to gather wood.
Well, what we really need to do is we need to bring in the mini pooch. But I got it underneath the current blueprint. It's not going to be that expensive. Actually, I don't even get it on the current one. So it's going to be a little expensive, but not by too much. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to access your fridges down there. There you go. Dropped off that. And now I'm going to swap that back over to player. And shut this down because I have the materials on me. Alright. It's out this way. Alright. Now let's see. Devices. Small constructor. Alright. And once we have that down, we should be able to do everything else we need. So I'm going to take the metals out and leave you with the wood. You alright with that?
Yep.
Alright. Now, I need to go and assign this box here. Let me auto group all this. Input, access. Uh-oh. Why are we decompressing? Lack of power? Please don't tell me we just lost power.
There's 110 left in the fuel tank. I don't know if it just does it ahead of time.
Well. Alright. I can make more fuel packs. I'm just went ahead and made some energy cells to throw in there till we can get some promethium into it. Yeah, we just dropped by 20. Let's see what it's going to do here. Alright, we're at 2% power. We actually have extra. So, eventually we need to look into doing some auto miners. Okay, we definitely are going to need more iron. What we really need is promethium. So let's look here. Yeah, on Empyrion we don't have any promethium. So we're going to have to go to Skillion again for the one promethium in this entire sector besides the orbit, and it doesn't even have promethium. The orbital Rio, so Skillion is going to be our best bet for any type of additional power. Now, did we empty out all the stuff from... I can't recall if we emptied this out or not. No, we didn't. Alright, so we got 69 promethium. Alright, I just cleaned out the mud. Now, if you need any ice, it's going to be here in the crafting storage area. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. And this is going to be output where miscellaneous stuff gets. Alright. There we go. Let's go ahead and put that into the output. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do $30 on the Promethium packs. That leaves us $39 Promethium in the crafting area. Do you need water?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
Where you in the farm? Or are you in the medical?
Yeah, just put in the farm space in the last two that I was able to make of the.
Okay. Well, here. I'm dropping you 48 right here. Will that be enough?
Yeah.
Alright. Because I got to get to the power. Alright. Let's see what we get up to. 3% off of 60 small Promethium packs. That's a bit ridiculous, ain't it? I mean, we jumped up one actual percentage, but, you know, that's... let's see... Alright. 140. Let's see. Alright. Well, that was more than what I expected, but that's fine. I'm trying to make sure we got enough power to do this for a little while. Come on. Alright, we're up to 11%. We're down to 2% on O2 though. We're up to 5 now. Okay, let's see. We need the O2, or we need to make a water thing for us.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was
See.
thinking of that.
We're needing steel plate and motors. So we got the copper, we got silicon, we just need the iron. And I know where there's an iron node. I'm going to be a minute getting there, but I'll even share that one with you. So I'll go get it. I currently have 5 charges left for refill. Eating food down there, I hear you. Anyways, so what we're going to be doing from here on out is with that base is we're going to be using it until I make something different. And if y'all viewers like that base and like the size of it, its design, let me know in the comment section below, and I will release it out on Steam as far as something, a kind of downloadable deal for y'all. And after I do so, I will make sure that y'all are able to get it. I gotta love how these raptors just disappear into the ground and then reappear somewhere else. Yeah, like even off in the distance, they still disappear. Alright, scoot across the ground with this thing. There we go. And eject. Okay, that's just the sound of the ambient sound. Okay, it's another small deposit, so I'll be glad once we eventually get to the large deposits. You know? Of course, by that time we should have auto miners. But we're already over on that episode, everybody, by at least 1 minute. What I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to get this one here to like 50% as well. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to make it back to base, and I'm going to call it there. So if y'all just want to hang on a minute and take a ride back with me, you know, hope y'all enjoying it. I'm going to want to come back, sit a spell, watch some more videos, and maybe do some interacting. You know, let me hear from you, the viewer, as to what you would like to see us do next. And what we could do to maybe make your day a little bit better. You know, all you gotta do is just pay it forward every so often, and you're good to go. Alright. So, thank y'all for coming out and visiting. Y'all come back now here. Later.